Hello my planner pals and welcome back, and if you're new here then thank you for joining me and giving me a try. My name is Di, I am here at Creative Karma Design. Today we are talking about uses for expired or out of date planner filler paper. So I've talked about before what you can do with the whole planner, how to repurpose a whole planner. I've talked about what you can do with the dividers, how you can reuse dividers, and I will link the videos in the description. Today, I'm going to talk about what you can do with the filler paper. So let's say that you've bought a planner, you've reused the dividers, you've reused the discs and the covers on something, and you've got all of this filler paper left that you're like, well, it's out of date. This is clearly 2022. It's out of date. What am I going to do with this? And I'm going to share with you, I think there's 7 tips on how you can use this out of date planner paper. All right, so the first thing that you can do is you can just literally redate it. And I've talked about the different ways that you can redate, and I will link that video here, but that you can just literally come in with some whiteout sticker paper, printables, whatever it is, and just redate it and use it as is. And then just come in and put in the new date here. Maybe this is the 5th, that's the 6th, and you just redate your planner pages. So you can just reuse them, redate them, and you're done. The second thing that you can do is you can Frankenplan. And the way that I generally do this is when I create, and it doesn't happen very often, but it's happened at least twice that I can think of. When I create a spread, and you won't notice it, but I create a spread and then I generally oversticker it and I hate it. And that happened on the one that I've covered up here. So I had the spread here. This was for the week of the 14th of February last year. And I created a spread when my brain was just in a weird headspace. And I have the video on my channel, and then I have the video where I recreated. And all I did was basically took one of the out of date planner pages, Frankenplanned them in, decorated after that. So there's an extra spread underneath here that you can't see because I hated it. So you can also just use them like that. And you can see here that all I've done is I took some white stickers, put the white there, and then just put the new date on top. So that's what you can do. You can just use them as is, redate them, or recover Frankenplan your spreads. The second thing that you can do is if you want to do a blackout spread or a spread with some pattern paper, but you also want to write on your spread in a regular pen, not in a white pen or gel pens or anything like that, you can, I like to call it cannibalizing your old planner paper, because that's what this is. I just took my old planner sheet, cut out the box area, threw the rest away because I don't need that. And then I just plopped it down onto my pattern paper, my black paper, or something like that. So you can still use it as planner space and still get the decorative stuff that you want on your spread. The third way that you can use your out-of-date planner inserts, paper, whatever we're calling this, the guts of your planner, is you can change it and do daily pages. So I'm going to take one of these pages. Now this is the dashboard layout. And all I can do, I'm just going to show you in a black pen how I would change it. For me, I don't like the full page as a daily page. So I would get 2 pages out of this by simply coming in and doing that. Now, what I do with this is I will cut this bit off, or I can cover it up with washi tape. One or the other, it doesn't really matter. But for time's sake, I'm just going to cut this off. Now this works great with the dashboard because the dashboard actually has the things on the other side, but it works okay with the vertical as well and the horizontal. So I've now got 2 daily pages or to-do lists or something like that that I can use. And all I have to do is cover up the bits, which is pretty easy to do. It's going to take some washi. Now, I'm clearly just doing this quickly. You would take way more time than I am here. And you can use all of your stickers and stuff. This one I'm just going to white out and just show you an easier way of doing it, quicker way. Now clearly I have just literally done those in 1 minute. So you would take way more care and use stickers that you wanted to use. But that is a great way to do lists, daily pages, stuff like that, that you just want. This is my work list, this is my home list, and then you use them as is. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to keep these, you're just going to throw them away. But it also works great for your regular dashboard, because your regular dashboard would have a to-do list here and then 2 to-do lists here. You could literally just cut that down the middle. You've got 1 day, 2 days, and then on the back of those, you've got these. So yes, use it for your daily pages. Alrighty, so the other thing that you can do with your out-of-date planner filler paper is that you can create journaling boxes. And I'm going to show you on this one. This was one that I used for a previous demonstration for something. But this works great, especially on like stuff like this where it's color blocked, because all I have to do is come in, and I could do this with scissors, I could do this with a paper trimmer, doesn't really matter, and cut the box that I have here. And then I can use it on a similar spread, because sometimes it's hard to match these colors. If you have a planner like this that has these weird colors, then cannibalize one of them so that you can use them elsewhere. You could use it as a washi strip. You could just use it as a decorative box at the bottom. If I wanted any grid for anything, I could cut out that grid and use the grid paper. And I'm especially thinking if I was doing a blackout spread again, I could use my grid here. The other thing that you can do with this, and I've showed you how to do this in a previous video, but if you are really looking for budget planning, and you're like, you know, I got a bunch of these things, take your grid like I just did here, take the box, get a scrap of paper, you want to create an edge, and I'm going to do it 1 box wide here that you can see. And I'm going to create my own box that I can put in to my planners. This is clearly a black box. You could create any color that you wanted. So if you're really planning on a budget, out-of-date planners have a lot of uses. I went completely underneath there. So there you go. And that's very ratchet because again, I didn't take a lot of time. But then you have a black box that you can then use in your planner or your planner spread. And I will say one of the great ones for that is stuff like this, where you've got a nice strip of dot grid here. You can totally reuse these as well. These are the girl with goals, like guided journals and stuff like that. You can reuse these. These are generally double-sided. You can reuse these completely again. Chop in half. I'm going to fold this so that you can see the other side in a second. You can chop that in half. You could put washi tape here. You could just wipe that out. But I would probably use washi tape to separate it. I mean, we've all got washi tape we can use. And then you could even use those black boxes and stuff that we just created and use those on your daily sheets. So another use for your expired, out-of-date insert paper is that you can use it to test your pages, your pens for journaling in your planners. So if you just bought some pens and you're like, I don't know whether they're going to bleed through, you could do single. What I like to do is a single line, a double line, and then a triple line. And then I can put 1, 2, 3, check, did it bleed through? That third one just bled through a little bit. So I know that I can only go twice with this one. Let's say I did that with my Crayola Super Tip. I do 1, I do 2, I do 3. How is that one? That's fine, but the third one has a little bit of ghosting and bleed through. So I know, again, usually 2 is the max that you can get with your pens, regardless of the pen. And it's also a great way to just test your regular pens. How do you like the feel of your pen on the Happy Planner paper? And you want to test it like going up, going down, and stuff like that. So how do you like the feel of your favorite pen on your planner paper? And again, check it, make sure that it's not bleeding through, and how does it feel? And the other thing on the similar vein is you can test your washi to see how it looks against the Happy Planner paper. So yes, that is another thing that you can do. So the other thing that you can do is you can make your own little mini planner. And I'm going to show you with this, and it could just be that you have this as a little thoughts of the day. You could just put a little sticker in or something each day or something like that. And all I'm going to do is cut, and it works with the vertical, it works with this one, any kind of dashboard or something like that. So again, all I'm doing is cutting out each of the squares, each of the days, if you like. Now this would work better with a regular dashboard than the recovery, but this is what we have, this is what we will use. And you probably would cut this out with a paper trimmer rather than a pair of scissors. But here we are, trying to get this done before my puppy wakes up. And this is something that you could just do in front of the sofa or something like that, watching TV. Cut up your old planners. And then I'm going to put them in order because I am that kind of person. And then all I have to do is get a couple of discs, figure out where I want my punches, and I'm just going to take 2 discs for this. And the thing is, I could have also punched the top. I didn't think about that till just. But then I have a little booklet that I can flip. Maybe you've got your favorite quotes or something like that. But yeah, I could also have just punched the top and then flipped it that way. Again, it works better with the regular dashboard than the recovery because on the back you've just got the 3 lines and the to-do list, so it just works a little bit better with that layout. But either one works, and it also works with the vertical. All you have to do is just cut out the squares and then you're good. All right, and the other thing that you can do is that you can just use them as is, as background areas, I want to say, for your art journal or your junk journal or something like that. And again, it works well for things like this, where you already have the boxes and stuff in it, where you can just glue things on it, especially when they've got like sparkles and stuff, like splashes and stuff on them. You can just go for it. And again, this is another one that works well. All you have to do is cut that there. And then you've got a list, your top 3 things for the day, and it's a daily page. So there's just so many options. You just got to be prepared to do a little bit of cutting, a little bit of covering with whiteout, with washi and stuff like that. But it's super easy to reuse all of this stuff. Super, super easy. It's super easy to reuse them. Just find ways to open your mind and think about how you can use the stuff that you have. And that's what it's all about, using the stuff that you have. And as you can see here, this was one that I was trying to reuse as a daily page and had planned to. And all I was going to do was write in my top 5 things for the day. This could be, rather than saying this week, it could be like my cleaning list. And again, this could just be a weekly list. This could just be a quote or something. And this could be breakfast, lunch, dinner. And we just use it that way. And all I have to do is wipe that bit out. Again, you would take way more care because I am just awful at doing things on the fly. And then to cover this, I could just use washi, I could use stickers, or I could just leave it as is. It wouldn't really bother me. Or I could even use all of the little washi dots and stuff. Put the little washi dots on there. Or the little bullet points and stuff like that. Because now I've got a daily page that I can use. Clearly, again, you would take way more time decorating to your style. But yeah, and it's a great way to use all those circle stickers. You can just cover this with a circle sticker. So yeah. I hope this helped give you some ideas. Let me know down below what other ideas that you have for using your filler paper, not as filler paper, ? If you enjoyed this, then give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that YouTube gives you notifications when I upload a new video. And I will see you next time, my planner pals. Bye.